Welcome back, everybody, to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. It has been all of, maybe 2 minutes since last I recorded, and I've got the fever once again in order to record more, which is a nice little plus. Let's take a look at what's going on today. Weather report, it is going to be clear and sunny tomorrow, perfect weather for the flower dance. The event will take place in the forest starting between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Don't be late. The fortune teller, spirits are ultra mad, or as they say, very displeased. Well, that's quite unfortunate. Because we've got stuff to do, we can't let no spirits be stopping us. And we're not going to let them stop us. We also have mail. Dear Delta, tomorrow we're all getting together for the flower dance. If you can find a partner, you might even want to participate in the dance yourself. There's a little clearing beyond the forest west of town where we hold the dance. Arrive between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you're interested. Mayor Lewis. Truth be told, I'm not that interested, but there is something I want to pick up there that I've already talked about, which is a specific type of scarecrow, and it's usually the one that I forget in that set most often. And also take a look and see that our mushrooms have grown, and we've gotten two types here, the chanterelle and the common mushroom. You can also find red mushrooms here as well as I believe morels. I believe purple mushroom is the one you cannot find there, so they are a bit rarer to come by. I'm going to stick those over here. The leek, I'm actually going to hold on to if I've got the space for it for George. I do have the space for it. Our axe is ready, but of course that will take time, so I'm going to water the crops, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, that's that taken care of. So where do we go from here? I still need to give Jody that cauliflower. I might do that today, because I know where she's going to be. She'll be at Pierre's, because they have their workouts going on Tuesday, and she joins in on that. We do need to pick up that axe, so that's one opportunity. So I'm going to take this high-leveled one, A, because I want the space, and B, for these quests, I think I brought this up before, but if you gift them whatever they need, whatever they've requested, and it is a higher quality than normal, you will get more friendship points for doing that. Same as you would for giving them any other gift at a normal time. So, just bear that in mind. Other than picking up that axe, though, we do need to do a little bit of work around our house on the inside here. And that is because it is time to make some preserves jars. We need wood, stone, and coal for this, which thankfully we have plenty of, so we're good on that front. But what I'm going to do here is essentially just kind of... it's going to look a little bit weird. I'm basically going to take everything out of the room, minus this chest, and we'll basically just be doing a bit of reorganizing here. So bear with me as I figure out how I want to set this up. I want to make a fair few of these. I'm just kind of watching my resources. Yeah, I feel like 7's good. I know that goes through our stone pretty quickly, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go. We can just line that wall. That's actually perfect for right now. As for over here, I'm going to keep the decorations up and what have you. Grab these. Have it look a little something like this, I guess. It's not anything fancy. It's just kind of rotated around just so it's easy to get to what we need to get to. I could move the TV a little bit closer. You know what I could do? Let's move this over one. A little something like this. So the TV's closer and I can just get in and out of bed a tiny bit faster. Again, it's not a perfect setup, but, like, this isn't a long-term thing. Like, it didn't take me that long to move around everything you saw just now, so it's not going to take me that long to move around everything if I need to do it later. So there's that taken care of. I could probably just sell that. Because we're going over to the museum area, this would be a good time to do some donation to the museum. So we'll take our geodes. Is there anything else here that I have not Does not look like it. Okay. So it's just this stuff plus whatever we get from breaking the geodes. So we've got that. We've got the cauliflower for Jody. After that, I am probably going to try and make another attempt at that fire quartz is kind of what I'm leaning towards. The strawberries, again, will give us more money. We got the big thing that we wanted to get, which was the fruit trees and the silo. Those were the ones that were more immediate problems rather than the fall trees where we still have plenty of time to grow those. So I'm not as concerned about those. A second silo I'm not as concerned about picking up, and we don't have any clay to make that right now anyway. So the focus is primarily upgrading tools and making money, and also getting those minecarts up would be a big help. So I think even with a bad luck day, I think that's what I'm going to make an attempt for. I'm not going to, well, I could upgrade the hoe, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until strawberries are ready to be harvested again, where I have a big flux of income before I do that. He wouldn't be able to work on it tomorrow anyway because of the festival. So I think I'm okay with waiting on that. So I think mining is what we're going to do here. But I am going to get that cauliflower off to Jody. I'll see if she's home. If she's not, I'm going to assume that she probably already went to Pierre's. But we'll see. Yeah, Marnie is probably also at Pierre's right now. I didn't really need that, but it was there, so we'll take it and we'll eat it. I'm going to assume she's probably already gone. Oh, but you two are here. What can the flower dance be today so I can get work off? Oh, man, if you only knew. Mom won't let me have any more gummies today. Won't let you have your melatonin, huh? Also, Sam, if it's any consolation, I don't get holidays off, so it could be way worse, my dude. Could be way, way worse. Nice shoes. Those man up. Oh, you've already said that before. Wow. Not only are your jokes not funny, you're also repeating them. My nephew Shane has been staying at my place the last few months. He helps me out with the chickens, so I'm not complaining. Chickens are pretty cool, yeah. My grandfather used to be worked on a farm, and he loved the chickens there, too. Well, tomorrow's the flower dance. Dancing is right, but they make me wear this stupid white dress. I'm determined to keep my shop running until the bitter end. Morrison and his cronies will have to drag me out from behind the counter, kicking and screaming. You tell him, I guess? Nah, we appreciate a good bit of grit here. Exercise important for staying healthy. Always make time to set aside some time for it. Well, you can set aside some time for this cauliflower, too. It's just what I wanted. It's going to be perfect for my yellow curry. I've seen wild horseradish in the forest. Yeah, I had one earlier. Foraging could be a fun way to earn some cash or to use what you find as gifts or food. Yep, that's true. Work part-time at Gus's Saloon, it pays the bills. If you need any materials or blueprints, my shop is the place you're looking for. Yeah, I've been thinking a little bit more about potentially... Yeah, it'll be faster, just let her go past. I've been thinking more about potentially grabbing that treasure chest recipe and getting the extended ones. That's another thing I'm considering putting my money towards pretty soon here. Just place anything you want to sell in the shipping box next to your house. I'll be interested in seeing what kind of things you put there. Good. He didn't actually spot me there. Beach is a cool place to hang out and soak up some rays. You gotta spend some time in the sun or else you get all pale. Wish there were more girls in this town, know what I mean? I mean, it's a small town. That's just gonna happen, my dude. Due to the lower luck, I'm not expecting as much fortune with potential finding the fire quartz, but still, also, just the general getting further down in the mines is also a good little plus. I preferred to find the cockle this time, but nope, still no dice there. Great idea, can pass through your head when you least expect it, but your mind is too busy, you might miss it. Well, I'm really must get back to my work. Yeah, I specifically keep a little notepad right next to my bed for that reason. If I have like a dream that I find really interesting that I might want to take some notes from. Ooh, that was a good bit of clay there. And I wake up. That's even if I'm you know, still a little bit disoriented, I'll do my best to write it down while I still remember it. You can get some pretty good ideas that way. I was recommending, I got this idea from 8-Bit Drummer. He talked about it a couple times, of basically making a Discord channel, including Vincent Gestates. There could be a handful. I already talked to Sam. He talked about making a Discord that's just for you specifically and using different tabs and having like dream journals and stuff like that. And it's essentially sort of your laundry list for everything. You know, you can have a list for whatever you need. It was very good advice. I do recommend it if it seems like Discord is a good spot to put all your notes. You can just make sort of lists like that and make different channels and groups that only you can see because you're the only one there. And it has helped quite a bit. Well, I don't need 2 of those, but thanks. The other one I can donate. I'm going to sell 1 of these back to you. I don't think we're going to get a lot of time in the mines today, which is unfortunate because we probably won't get a lot of time in the mines tomorrow either. Because, you know, we're going to be, oops, hold on. I missed a little gemstone there. Because we'll be at the flower dance. But what are you going to do, right? It's kind of a weird one of those days where we're not really doing anything, like, heavily in particular, where it's like we're going straight there, we're going to keep going, and we're not going to quit until the game basically forces us to because it's 2 o'clock. This one's just kind of a bounce around and do several things day, which is very normal for a Tuesday, I suppose. At least for me it is. Because Tuesday is getting closer to the end of my work week because I get Thursdays and Fridays off, so Tuesday is kind of like my Wednesday or Thursday. Another oak resin, which is good. We will be needing those. Even barring the community center, this is used in the recipe for the keg, so you are going to want these for sure. The maple syrups will help with making, I think we've already shown it, yeah, the bee house, so you will want those too. Let's see. Put that up. I don't know why I went here. Here's where I meant to go. I can go ahead and sell that dandelion. I don't really need it. Make a little bit of money today. Drop these off. What I also could do is I could sell some of these weapons, and I've been meaning to do that. I'm going to get rid of both of these. The ring I don't need. I am going to keep the slingshots, the crystal dagger, and I'm actually going to keep both of these. I'm just going to sell what's in here. These are more for like nostalgia's sake. I said keep hold of these. Same with the crystal dagger. With the steel and rusty swords, I'm okay with getting rid of those. I don't think they work with anything else, but that can give me a small little bit of income there. A few more gold bars. I'll toss the axe in there, just make sure I've got enough space. I'm like full up here. Yeah, I'll just hang on to the Autumn's Bounty for now. We probably won't be going so far that I'll run out of space, he says, knowing that it's entirely possible, but you never know. I'm thinking ideally more about that treasure chest recipe, and like I would ideally want to get it before making a chest for summer, you know, with the summer seeds, summer crops, basically everything we do for the spring chest, it's just for the summer items as well, and having that would be extremely useful. Because once you get those bigger ones, like, it's pretty hard to run out of space. Even if you're being a tiny bit careful, you're going to be fine. Because it doubles the storage practically. It's a big, big increase. Alright, there we go. Cleaned out some storage and made a little bit of money to boot. I know that guy had a reward for us from earlier. I'm not interested in picking it up right now, so it's fine. The other thing you can do with those weapons and stuff, though, is you can put a treasure chest in here, because nobody comes in here. And at least as of the 1.6 update, which is what I'm currently playing on, NPCs can no longer like run into your treasure chests that you place in the world and destroy them anymore. So you don't even have to worry about that like you used to. So if you don't want to have to carry your tools and equipment that you're going to use in the mines all over the place, you can just leave them here. I don't personally do that because I'm really bad about losing my stuff in this game. Not from like passing out or anything, just losing it in general, forgetting where I put it down. So I'm not personally going to do that probably, but it is an option for sure. It would be nice to hit combat level 5 if we could. So I've talked about this in a previous episode. That is one of the advantages of coming in here with lower luck is monster spawns are higher. So if you're looking to fight monsters, this is a good opportunity to come down here. It's not the only way to increase the monster rate, but it is one of them. Quit healing your friend, and you quit running away. Yeah, don't think I didn't, just forget about you hanging out over there. My memory's not that bad. And it looks like we are not going to be finding a fire quartz on this level. Let me move this over real quick. There we go. That's not anything y'all can see. That's me moving my little screen for my recording so I can make sure I know what level I'm on here. Level 100 could theoretically be possible, but on a bad luck day, probably not. 95 is a nice, solid number to land on. I'm not saying that just because I was born in 95. Yes, I know I'm old. Shut up. Yes, I know I'm going to turn 30 next year. Shut up. My birthday's in, like, early 95, too. I've only got a couple months left of my 20s. And that's just a little bit terrifying. Except it's not, really. Like, 20s were okay, I guess. They had their ups and downs. But I just feel like my 30s are going to be infinitely better, and maybe that's because of that big trip that I talked about coming up. Because, like, that's just starting it off right. Like, I'd met that friend group, let's see, I would have been 28 at the time. But it feels like if money had been no object, like, that would have been just something I would have done ASAP, like... Because I remember a lot of them were mentioning they either worked at that convention or were going to go to that convention. And, like, traveling's a big deal in the sense of, at least for me, just financially. In terms of, like, you know, the stress about making the plans or flying or anything, I don't really have that problem. It's just the finance problem because I work for a non-profit, so unsurprisingly, I don't make a lot of money. But even, like, you know, if money had been... Yeah, we'll just go ahead and say it. If money be damned... Sorry for swearing, but if money be damned, and the opportunity was there, because I believe registration had already closed, I probably would have gone last year, almost assuredly. But of course, if you're traveling overseas, you know, and staying in a hotel for multiple days in a row, and you still have, you know, food and anything else that you want to buy, any of the quote-unquote luxuries and all that, it's going to be a little challenging to just come up with that money out of nowhere in a small amount of time. There we go, there's our ladder. Can we get that fire quartz? Hey, there it is. I'm probably just going to leave right here in a second after checking around to see if I can find anything else. Solely on the grounds that I want to get that turned into the community center. Even if I, like, pass out and don't make it back home, I do want to get that there for sure. I did see a jade back there that I'm going to go grab, but I'm going to check up here really quickly. That's probably worth it for a bomb. jade down there. Okay, good. It wasn't just my eyes playing tricks on me. Anything else? Nope, I guess not. Some bat wings, which I'll take. We'll need those for a crafting recipe in the summer in particular, when we start getting lightning storms. So if you know what I'm referring to there, you're like, oh yes, do grab those. You're going to want those. Yeah, we should be okay on time to... Man, these horseradishes are just everywhere. Every time I turn around, there's another one. Yeah, the big downside for seeing these cutscenes in the community center every time you complete a bundle is primarily in multiplayer, because again, the time is still going, so you won't have as much time in a multiplayer file where people are also on to view this scene, but you can't get out of it either, unlike you can with the other ones of, like, getting the fishing rod, for example. There we go. Bundle complete, and the minecarts will be repaired overnight. 5 Omni Geodes for our trouble. And that is 1 star down. I'm very excited about that. Very, very good. Very good. We're the Junimos, keepers of the forest. And just like that, the actual room has been repaired as well. I could stand here and watch, but unfortunately I don't really have the time. This guy will basically go into the hut, come out here, and put up one of those 6 stars on the board, so unfortunately we are going to miss that this time. But if you want to view it, it is of course right here. And it also means that on your community center bundles here, you'll notice that the boiler room, if I keep scrolling through these, isn't there anymore. So it won't be a thing you have to keep passing through and be reminded, hey, you're already done. It's just automatically cleared off your plate. That's really good, though. Like, that is kind of a mixed bag, because it also means that really we don't have to worry about mining quite as much as we did, because that's the bundles taken care of. We're probably going to want to focus on upgrading the pickaxe at least one more time before getting down to the bottom, but we could also get to floor 100, and that does have a very good reward down there as well. So that will probably be something that I will do pretty soon, I would wager. That. Toss that in there. I have really no need to keep this. We'll put the sap in there. These can be put in there. And I don't think there... Oh, there was actually something else. The strawberries, that's right. We're going to grab 7 of these, and we're going to put these all in here. We're not going to eat them by accident. That's going to be really nice to have. I mentioned it once before, but man, you forget how spoiled you are in having those minecarts. Level 5 combat, we did in fact get there, which is a nice little plus. I forgot that because I thought it had set a reward, but no, it was you got ideas to sleep on, and I was like, I haven't killed a lot of the squid kids. Fighter and Scout. Attacks do 10% more damage or critical strike chance increased by 50%. This seems like a no-brainer that you would want the crit chance. Because of the level 10 profession, you're probably going to want Fighter, specifically because of the boost that one of the level 10 ones gives you. So I will go with Fighter. It is more important to keep yourself alive than doing damage. This is a what wins championships? Defense. Defense wins championships. And that's the type of game you're going to play late game with fighting enemies. Alright, after getting called away by a phone call from my dad at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's a good way to try to make my heart rate increase, and then ultimately find out, yeah, you could have just called me, like, not at 6 o'clock in the morning for financial insurance stuff. It really isn't that important. Like, that's something that's ultimately not even going to be needed for the rest of the year. That's something we should be discussing in January, not at the beginning of December. But regardless of that, that does mean I'm at least a tiny bit spoiled at the very least in knowing what I've got for a game plan here, even though I didn't get to enact it. So, what we're going to do is grab that. Is that? Yeah, that needs to go in here. I've already donated that. I don't need a second one of those. What we're going to do is I'm going to try to get through the mines, which is why I'm taking the bombs, because I'm going to try to get through there quickly since we've got the good luck day. And I'm going to try to get to floor 100 of the mines to get the reward from that, as it is a very good reward, and then get back to the flower dance in time. The flower dance will end at 2. And while I can't do anything at the flower dance, there is that item that I wanted to buy. It is... I'm not going to spoil it too much, but let's just say it is Scarecrow adjacent. So if you're interested in collecting things that are a little bit like the Scarecrows, and they do give you a reward at the end for collecting them all, which there's only 8, so there's not too many. This is the only time where this is obtainable outside of coming back there on a later year. If you do want to purchase it, it will be 2500 G, which I do have enough, so bear that in mind, that if you don't have enough, then there's probably ultimately no reason to go other than for the flavor text. They talk about trying to find a partner, but you have to have at least 4 hearts of friendship, and I believe at this point, even if you're gifting pretty consistently, you can only get like 1 or 2 partners. I think like Shane, for example, is one of them, because you can get the bonus from his birthday, for example, and just keep buying him beer and pizza twice a week until you've gotten here. And if you get one of those on his birthday, he might have enough, but ultimately you're probably not going to be able to get anybody to dance with you. But if you want to, you can. If you don't really care about seeing that festival until you actually have an opportunity to participate in it, you could just skip it if you don't care about getting that item. If you do want to get to that festival, and I guess I'll go ahead and show it off, but if you're going to pass up on it, that would be understandable. Then all you have to do to ask somebody to dance with you is talk to them twice. Once to get their flavor text, and then once to basically ask if they would like you, if you would like to have the opportunity to dance with them. We did pick up a book here, the Monster Compendium. This means that monsters have a small chance to drop double loot. Let's go ahead and read that. Ooh, fire quartz. Ooh, and a staircase. Please and thank you. I know there was other stuff there, but this is actually one of the rare instances where I am trying to go pretty quickly through the mines, which is why I brought these with me. I was going to place the second one, now I'm glad I didn't, so I can place it here instead. Which ultimately I didn't need, but I am going to grab that stone. I used a fair bit of those to make those preserves jars. I was really hoping somebody there was going to drop the staircase, but it appears they did not. Because I was going pretty quickly there, I did not point out, but I did utilize the minecarts. You might have seen me been able to click on those, and I could just travel to any of the other points. Hey, there we go. Level 100, which we get a Stardrop. We also get a fishing spot over here. I'll show this off in a second. But we get the first Stardrop we've gotten of the game. You found a Stardrop. It's strange, but the taste reminds you of Pokemon. I'm sorry? Your maximum energy level is increased. Yes, this is a permanent increase. There's your fishing spot. A permanent increase in your max energy. There are obviously limited amounts of these in the game, but they're very useful, and it's probably the first one you'll find, would likely be that one, and it is going to be extremely helpful going forward, so you're definitely going to want to pick that up. Since I was only 5 floors short, that was why I decided to go for it. The minecarts, going back to this, you just simply need to right-click on a minecart and choose the destination. As of right now, we have the town, which will take you by Clint's shop, the bus stop, which is, of course, the one by the bus stop, and then the one that's here, the mines, which we cannot select as we are already here. So we're going to take the bus stop and go right back to where we first started our day. And then we're going to head to the forest and show off that festival as we do have enough time. We might even have enough time to go around and quickly do some light foraging, maybe around the beach, to see if I can nab anything there. But I don't want to get too greedy, so we'll see how it goes. You'll also notice that picking up that Stardrop automatically refilled my energy completely as well, so that's another bonus to getting those. Which is part of the reason that I wanted to water the crops earlier rather than later, so that I could just automatically get that free refill. But ultimately, it probably wouldn't matter since most of the day is going to be taken up by the Flower Festival. But still, I do want to try and poke around a little bit. So yeah, tomorrow we'll have Pierre's birthday, and then the day after that we'll have Emily's birthday to finish off the last day of spring. Let's I believe we are already there. We're already on the 24th. There's not much time left before we'll be moving into summer. Don't suppose we could have any luck in finding the cockle that we're missing for the crab pot by any chance, would we? I think that was all we were missing for it, for what I usually get. Oh no, we do still need the crab as well. Either way, it would be nice, but it looks like it's not happening. That's okay, though. I do spy quite a bit of coral here, though, so I'll take this. Ooh, here we are. Some summer squash seeds. These are not what we've been finding before. We've been finding the carrot seeds. But as the game just apparently heard straight out of my mouth, we're getting close to summer, so now we've got these instead. The summer squash seeds take 6 days to grow and continues to produce after the first harvest. The carrots, as I mentioned early game, are really good for energy. The summer squash are kind of mixed. Ultimately, at this point, the salmon berries are probably going to be fine to get you through the summer, but it couldn't hurt to go ahead and plant these when you do find them. So if you're interested, then go for it. Here we are at the festival. Sounds like I just cut there. I actually didn't. The game did, though. This is a section that's cut off and time is not passing once again. This is a section you might have seen that's in the forest area, but this bridge does not exist in any other day other than right now, so you're free to walk across and see this giant area that you wouldn't otherwise be able to normally see. It's really cool. You got a very pretty looking waterfall there. We've got Pierre's shop. He's got primarily seasonal stuff. He's got the recipe for the tub of flowers as well, which I'm not too terribly invested in. What I came here for is this rare crow. Collect them all, 5 of 8. This just means that it's number 5 of 8, not that we have 5 out of 8. So bear that in mind. The rest of this all is not too terribly important. I am just here for this rare crow. That's literally it. I'm not here for the rest of the festival. Ooh, I'm stuffed. Have you tried the red jelly yet? No, I just got here, actually. Wish Pierre would spend time with the family. Wonder if Emily would dance with me. We should ask her, dude. Wear my best shirt for the dance. This sort of thing doesn't happen very often. Yes, ask Elliot to be your dance partner, or never mind. Hi, Delta. Glad to see you here. Should have brought my fishing pole. This is life, huh, kid? Sweet wine, a babbling brook, warm air. Did I mention wine? Frog season's really starting to pick up. You know what I really like? I admit it. I like flowers. Ugh. Really hate dancing in front of everyone. It's so embarrassing. Look at that jello wiggling around. Excellent sauce. I'm not going to make the slurping noise. I'll spare you. Are you going to be dancing today, Delta? No. Springtime dances can be traced back to ancient fertility rituals. TMI. Air smells so sweet with all the flowers. Someday I'm going to be the flower queen. That's not fair. Why can't I be the flower queen? I mean, you can be the flower king, but you can also be a queen. Don't worry about it. I've been working on these floral arrangements for a week. Do you like them? They're quite nice. Flowers, I can hardly see them. It's too bright out here. Should we start the dance? No, not yet. I'm practicing my dance moves. It needs to be perfect. I'm just enjoying the scenery. Yeah, you're talking about the girls, weirdo. Love's in the air and I'm still single. Marnie looks lovely today. Well, dude, ask her to dance. Even though she's not part of the dance. Hello there, it's nice of you to talk to me. Spring is almost over. What a shame. I like dancing, but this one's a little stilted. The old-timers really love it, though. Work up the courage to ask someone to dance with me. I'm nervous. So yeah, we'll pick... Who do we want to pick on today? Let's pick on Sam, because you know what? It was cool of him to admit that he actually likes flowers. So you can ask somebody to be your dance partner, but if you don't have hearts with them, I don't know, maybe next year. And of course, like, our highest person we could dance with, because it's only people that are single, they're all at 0 hearts. So you can ask anybody you want, like Sebastian, no, there's somebody else I want to dance with. Abigail is flattering, but I'm going to have to say no, sorry. Like, you're just going to get the same thing from everybody. You can ask Shane. I don't even want to know what that was. He just straight up tells you no. I'll be honest, I don't want to dance to you. Well, I appreciate the honesty. Excuse me, not today. You get the idea. So basically, it doesn't matter who I ask of all the people that are single. I'm not going to get anybody to be my dance partner. Should you choose to start the flower dance without having a dance partner, you're just off on the side. You can see me down there in the bottom middle. Of course, whoever you ask to dance with you, you will take the place of the male or female that they're dancing with. So if I got Elliot to dance with me, I would take Leah's place, for example. If I asked If I asked Mar to dance, I would take, I think that's Harvey's place. That might be Alex. Whoever that brown-haired guy is, they're hard to tell from behind because they look almost identical. So you'll take the place of the opposite of whoever they're, talking to right here. Also, yeah, that was it. That was the dance. You can see why I didn't really care that much. It's not even that cool of a dance. It's kind of just... ugh. Combine the fact that they kind of, like, spread their arms and legs like they're a flower presenting itself after Demetrius says the ancient fertility rituals. Yeah, I can see why the old-timers like that more than the young group that are like, that's a little too on the nose. If you chose not to go to that, I wouldn't blame you, to be perfectly honest. It's just, yeah, it's not super great. That rare crow I'm going to leave inside, I think, for the time being. We'll put it up in here. As for anything else I could do, the forest is going to be blocked off, of course, because the event went on today. So if you try to go after the event, it will tell you that you can't go there. So don't even bother. So what can we do with a limited amount of time that we've got? That's a good question. I suppose we could... Have we given Linus 2 gifts this week? We have given him 2 gifts this week. I was going to say we could give him a gift. We could poke around a little bit for forageables. That's essentially all we've got the ability to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and sell the carrot, I think. Just to get a little extra something, I suppose. Yeah, we could poke around a little bit. We can make a quick run through town here. By going to town, so you can see where this drops off. Maybe just quickly search through the trash cans and try to find something here. Though I'm not holding out much hope to find anything worthwhile. You never know. We already checked the beach, so there's no point in going over there. So yeah, just a quick little mosey around. You can see why, though, like, you would be fine with skipping this. You wouldn't really be missing much in skipping the flower dance. So if you don't want that rare crow, yeah, I don't blame you in the least for skipping. I really don't. It looks like I already searched all the trash cans. I'm surprised there's not any, like, help wanted quests. I haven't been going into town itself much recently, but I figured I'd at least see, like, something, you know? How about up here? Yeah, I was going to say, surely with a good luck day, we'd find at least one forageable up here. It's just going to be the dandelions, but I'm not opposed to that. Or the daffodils. I don't know why I keep getting those mixed up in my head. Yeah, I think we're good to head home. And I might consider having to... Again, we'll wait for the strawberries to grow. But I might have to consider getting that chest upgrade so I can make the summer chest and start having more space for my things. But for now, we will end it off there with a 47 gold carrot and a 1 gold scroll. I told you these weren't worth much, so again, if you've already donated whatever scroll you pick up a second time, don't feel bad about throwing it in your trash when you're in the mines if something better comes along, because it's not really worth anything else. I think it can be gifted to the dwarf, maybe. That's about it. Not super useful. But the good news is, tomorrow we'll have this to look forward to. We do have another bout of strawberries, which almost assuredly means one more level in mining, and we can figure out what to do with that money in terms of probably some upgrades, probably getting that chest recipe, and if we're lucky, we might have enough to get a tree as well. But that is another job for another day. Thank you all for watching. This has been pitmarthroy with Stardew Valley on Fantasy Farm, and I will see you guys in the next episode when there will be more strawberries, more levels, and more figuring out where exactly we're going to be going next. Also, here's the star drop at the bottom here. So this is a nice little counter of how many of these you picked up. Until then, guys, I will see you in the next one. Internet, until next time, fare thee well.